What do you want to do?
What do you want to do?
What do you want to be?
What do you want to be?
What I want to know is,
What I want to learn is
what I want to find out is how to do it.
How to get there.
How to get there. How to get there.
How to be what I dream.
how to be what I dream.
How to be what I dream.
How to be what I dream. Be what I dream.
Be what I dream.
Navigation 101.
Navigation.
Navigation? Navigation 101.
The first time I had a student-led conference, I was really kind of skeptical about it. I didn't really understand what it had to do with anything, and so therefore it didn't really mean too much to me, and I talked about everything and I did a great job, but at the same time in the back of my mind I was like, okay, I can talk about myself, but I don't really understand what's going on with it and why I have to do it. But it really did make a big impact because my parents, it opened up a conversation between me and my parents about what I want to do throughout the rest of my high school years. It really is student-led. It's not a connections teacher talking to you about, well, your student's done this and your student's done that and they've done a great job. Your connections teacher sits there, your family sits there, and you talk. And then once you're done talking, they ask questions about what you want to do. So truly it is student-led. It's a process. And as you go on, you really start to see how far you've grown. And I don't think I would have seen my growth without my portfolio and my student-led conferences and the navigation program.
So the fact that you were leading the conference instead of in elementary school and the teacher just talks about you and it's kind of embarrassing, but here you're going through your portfolio and you're telling your mom this is what I'm doing, and when you say what you're doing, it makes you feel better about what you're doing. So that was nice just because I knew what was going on instead of the teacher telling me what was going on, because in high school it's about you now. You're carrying yourself, the teacher's not carrying you.
What have I accomplished in school this year?
What have I accomplished?
What have I accomplished?
What have I accomplished in school this year?
What have you accomplished in school this year?
After my student-led conference, I felt a lot better, and I felt that I knew about what areas I need to discuss with my parents.
My parents don't really know all the work I do, so it gives me kind of time to shine about, show them how much I succeed and what I get to accomplish in school, and they kind of get to know me better.
It's not hard. I like it. It's a chance to show off yourself to your teacher and then your parents.
It's a combination of the portfolio and advisory, and it gives you time to kind of base your future and give you kind of a gear towards what you want to be.
It's kind of fun, actually. I mean, you get to show what you've done through high school,
But it's based on helping you succeed, and so if you put the right stuff in during your advisory, that student-led conference will guide you through your high school career.
Be prepared. Don't do what I did my freshman year, where I put together my portfolio literally 15 minutes before my conference. Didn't turn out well. I went in with this thing, it looked absolutely terrible, and it's when you have your advisor there and your parents there, you want it to be somewhat professional and look presentable. So I definitely use the time given to you to work on your portfolio.
With the portfolio, it has all of the documents you need for your student-led conference. It's right there. With the connections class itself or the advisory, you have these kids who are in the same predicament as you are. They're not really sure where they want to go or what they want to do, but they have all of these amazing things that they've accomplished this year putting into their portfolio. So it makes you stronger as a class, and you kind of bond with these people because you're with these same people all 4 years of your high school career. And then with your portfolio, you can take that to your student-led conference and do amazing at that, which gives you great practice for your senior presentation. Well, my portfolio, it has everything that I've been doing since freshman year. Inside your portfolio, you usually have about 3 best works from each high school year, as well as a copy of all your awards that you've earned. You have different tests you've taken to see what learning styles you have, and they also match you to a college and to a career. And you also have a resume in there and a cover letter. So it's pretty much the entire package in one binder, and it makes it really easy because when I need it for my student-led conferences, it's right there. I can just say, I did a really good job on this test, and here it is. And here's my new resume because I just got a new job, and so now it actually looks a lot better to put my job on my resume. Here it is. It's right there, it's easily accessible, and it makes the student-led conferences 10 times easier. My advice would be, first of all, to kind of stick with it. As a freshman, you don't really see the kind of significance of it, but as you keep going through your high school years, you see how much you've grown. With the student-led conferences, of course, they give you the rubric and tell you what to talk about so that you can think about it, you can formulate a good answer so that you can go up there and you can give a good presentation. And I've made it my own. I've taken it with me to multiple jobs, and it's completely helped me. Before I go on a job interview, I have to think, what kind of questions are they going to ask me, and what kind of answers am I going to say? Is that going to best present myself? And so with the student-led conferences, it helps me to prepare for things outside of school, which is amazing because high school only lasts 4 years, and the student-led conferences, they give you the tools you need to succeed post-high school.
The next time I did my student-led conference, it was a lot better. It had more length to it because I had more substance to my portfolio. It was a lot more serious because I had stuff in there that I actually cared about, work that I was actually interested in. Like I had a paper that I was really proud of versus the stick figure art project that I had in there for my freshman year. So it really showed my growth.
Take it seriously because this is great preparation for when you go out and try and get a job.
Just pretend like it's a job interview and that you have to get the job to graduate.
Come dress nice.
Look professional.
Really be organized and professional about it.
Let's show off a little bit because that's what it's for, is to show your parents what you've accomplished.
What do I want to do in the future?
What do I want to do in the future?
What do you want to do in the future?
Who do I want to be?
What do I want to do in the future? What do I want to do in the future?
The number one thing that I can recommend to all students is to talk with your parents before the conference even happens.
Talk to your parents beforehand about what it's going to look like.
Academically, I don't like to discuss things with my parents, but when it comes to classes and college preparation, they're probably the ones that I should go to, along with my advisor.
You kind of want them to come in informed about what they're going to be doing and what their role is in the conference.
So you've already had this conversation, and it's just repeating it in front of an advisor.
Your advisor is supposed to be there to support you and to help you.
It'll just go a lot smoother that way.
Well, one thing about my student-led conference time was I don't think my parents knew I wanted to be a Supreme Court justice. They kind of had the idea I wanted to maybe go into law school, but I don't think they knew I was going to kind of shoot that high. Well, after the conference, driving home in the car, my parents were just kind of like, wow, so you want to be a Supreme Court justice? How'd that come about? And it gave us that time to really talk when the conversation was kind of missing because everything was fresh in their mind. They just heard about this idea that was just completely out of nowhere for them. After a conference, it kind of sparks something with your family. You have your family there, and while you're highlighting your success in front of your parents, they're seeing, wow, my child really is succeeding. And it kind of involves the community in your life, and the teachers are there. It brings in a lot of people to have this big support group, and it opens up conversation not only for you and your family, but also for you and your advisor, you and your teachers, everyone.
As a junior, my student-led conference was a lot better. It's the third time doing it, so you're a lot more comfortable with it. Again, I've added more stuff to my portfolio. So I also have a better direction as where I'm headed. It's more career focused, more what are your plans after high school, so I could go into more depth about that.
Who am I?
Who am I?
Who am I?
Who am I?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who do I want to be? Who are you? Who am I?
Who are you?
My advice to other students about making the best time and use of a student-led conference is to make sure you're prepared. Be prepared because as comfortable as you might feel with certain things, you also need to know that it does get a little bit stressful.
It's a lot easier when you prep yourself for that, and that's what you do in Connections, and you get to talk about that with your advisor.
You do feel like you're under pressure once you get into the environment of a student-led conference.
Just go through your samples, show your parents what you've done, what you've accomplished.
You start to worry about small things.
Just relax and make it fun. Don't be all uptight.
Do your best to be confident and get all your work done.
It was my freshman year. We had this assignment in my English class called a dreams essay, and you were supposed to write where you were going to be in 2011, I want to say. And of course back then I didn't know that 4 years of college plus more law school, 2011, I wouldn't be completely done with college, living my life like an adult. Didn't even know that. So I wrote that in 2011 I wanted to be a Supreme Court justice / soccer player / actress, and I had it all figured out. Like I was going to have court at halftime of my soccer games via satellite, and then I was going to go fly to Hollywood and do my acting career, and I was going to have a house in Hawaii with a cougar, and it was just amazing. And I kind of always knew knew I would go into some kind of law. I wanted to be president at one point in time. I wanted to be Supreme Court justice, and then I kind of thought about it. I had to get rid of the soccer thing because chances of that are small, as is acting. And so I kind of stuck with Supreme Court because I think it's pretty cool to be able to work with the Constitution on a daily basis, and everybody wants to know what kind of rights they have as Americans. And so I just kind of decided to pursue that. And I saw back then that I had a little small passion for it, and it's grown in the past 4 years. I think I definitely have a better sense of who I am. That's always been my thing. In order for me to move on in life, I first need to figure out myself. While you're getting ready for your student-led conference, the reflection part kind of kicks in, whether you realize it or not, and you're looking at your works and you're just saying, wow, that's pretty amazing. And when you convey that kind of a message in a student-led conference, when you convey the part that you are like, wow, I'm reflecting on myself, this is who I am, it shows to your parents. It shows that you are having a deeper feeling of who you are. You're understanding yourself just a little bit better because you're saying, I'm great at this, and so I think this will help towards my career because of such and such. And as far as being who you are, when you kind of look back and you hear yourself talk, sometimes a lot of people don't realize they're talking about a certain thing, but when you hear yourself talk, you kind of realize, wow, this is me. This is what makes me unique.